Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, and this is Strength and Balance. And we have a full body workout today. We're going to have a couple of exercises that are core specific and will be on the floor for those. If you do not like to be down on the ground, no problem. I will give you a standing or a seated modification for those two exercises. We'll also work on our balance and we'll do some stretching. And of course, we will warm up before we get started. So you need the space to move around. You need to be wearing something comfortable. Let's make sure that we have something to hold on to for balance support for the balance part of the class. That could be a chair. Oh, this chair doesn't look very supportive, so maybe not. If your chair wobbles like this, don't use that one. I always use the wall here, and I have another supportive chair just off of camera. Let's have some water and some weights. I'm going to use my big dumbbells today because one of my fitness goals is to increase my muscle mass. So I'm going to challenge myself. These are 12 pounds. So a bit of an increase from the previous classes. You use the weight that is right for you. I also have my smaller set off to one side. So if I've overcommitted, I can switch. And remember, that's always an option. If you try your big weights today and halfway through you think this is not serving me, you can always pick up smaller weights for sure. And if you don't have any weights, evenly weighted objects from around your house, water bottles, soup cans, anything like that is going to work just fine. So let's come up to feet and we will get warmed up together. Okay, we're standing up nice and tall, and we're going to march on the spot to begin with. Chest tall, lifting those feet right up. Arms move forwards and backwards. Good. Great, let's take a nice deep breath. Big inhale and exhale. Good, reach those hands up. Slowly lower down. Deep breath in and out, and again lift and lower. Good. Pull those shoulders up towards our ears, relax them down, lift those shoulders and lower. Pull up and down. Let's lift and lower. Good. Let's roll our shoulders, nice big circles. And let's roll our shoulders forwards. Good, let's bring those arms out to the side, and I want you to rotate your wrists. So think about lifting those palms up, and then down, up, and down. As we do that, let's lift those hands up, and keep rotating those hands, and then lower those hands down, rotating through that wrist, rotating those hands. Lift those arms up, and lower down. Good. Let's tap our toes forwards, marching those arms. Good, and tap those toes to the sides. Good, let's bring those feet together. We're going to tap our toes. Let's wiggle our fingers. Good, let's tap those heels and tap our fingers to our thumb. Good. Going to take one foot, tap your toe and your heel. And let's circle our wrists as we do that. Good, and back the other way. Good, let's switch to the other side. We can open and close those hands. Good, let's stand with those feet hip width apart. And we're going to circle our wrists nice and slowly. Good, back in the other direction. Good, let's take a nice deep breath, big inhale. And exhale, excellent. Let's begin. We're going to pick up both of our weights, so one in each hand. I'm going to stand with my feet hip width apart. We're going to do a squat to begin with, just holding a weight in each hand, holding those weights relaxed at your sides. So feet are hip width apart, knees are soft. Let's inhale, sink into that squat, exhale to stand up. Nice and slowly down. Exhale to stand up. Good. So we've got 3 lower body exercises to do first. And we'll do them all twice. We'll do them once and then we'll do them another time. We want to keep that chest nice and tall. Keep the weight in our heels. Let's do one more. Excellent. And we can pop one of those weights down. This next exercise is a hip hinge. And you're going to hold that weight. If you have a dumbbell like this, you'll hold kind of the big end. You're going to hold it down in front of you like this. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see that hip hinge. My knees are soft to begin with. I'm going to inhale, sink down. I push my bum up behind me. As I stand up, I'm going to swing that weight forwards. And that weight swings down as I hinge forwards. Breathing out as you lift up. Really think about having that nice flat back. So a straight line from your tailbone all the way up to your head. Last one. Good. And pause here. Excellent. One more for our lower body. You can pick up that second weight. And we're going to do some heel raises. If you need to hold on for support when you do the heel raises, you'll just pop one weight down. And next time we repeat this exercise, hold the weight in the other hand and use that free hand to support yourself for balance. I'm going to hold a weight in each hand because I'm hopeful that my balance will be good enough that I don't need the support here. So feet hip width apart. Let's push up onto tiptoes. Slowly lower those heels to the floor. Chest nice and tall, looking up and ahead. Breathing out as you lift up. Breathing in as you slowly lower down. Good. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good. And let's pop the weights down for a moment. Great. I'm going to grab a drink and then we will repeat those. Let's grab the weights again and let's repeat that squat. Feet hip width apart, knees nice and soft, chest tall. Let's inhale, sink down. Exhale as you stand back up. Good, nice deep breath in and out through the mouth as you stand. Keep the weight in your heels. Keep that chest nice and tall. Last one. Super. Let's pop a weight down. And let's do that dumbbell swing. So that hip hinge. We're going to hold the dumbbell at that big end. Feet hip width apart, knees soft. Let's inhale, sink down. Exhale. Swing that weight up. Back, flat. Nice straight line. We're hinging at the hip. So you stick that bum out behind you. And knees stay nice and soft. Two more. That's one. And that's two. Excellent. One more. Let's grab that second weight again. We're doing those heel raises. Take the support of, if you need something to hold on to for support, for balance, switch that weight to the other hand from last time. Here we go. Up onto tiptoes. Lower those heels. Our shoulders should be nice and relaxed. And our chest tall. Breathing out as you lift up. Breathing in as you lower down. Two more. Good, excellent. Pop the weights down. Good, we're going to move on to work our upper body. We've got 3 exercises that are going to work arms, chest, back. So our upper body here. We're going to start with, we'll need both weights for both actually. So let's start with some front raises. I'm going to turn my palms so they're facing me. I have a weight in each hand and I'm going to lift one hand and then the other. This is where those big weights get challenging. Keeping that arm fairly straight. And I'm just lifting so it's parallel with the floor. Really think about breathing out as I lift up, breathing in as you lower down. As you increase the weight, that breathing becomes important. Once more each side. Good. And let's pop one weight down. So this one we just need the one weight. So I'm going to stand with one foot forward, my right foot here. I'm hinging forward slightly and I have the weight in my left hand. So I'm in this kind of incline position with that front leg to support me. You could have a hand forward. I can use the wall. If you had a chair in front of you, you could hold the back of the chair. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to curl up and then straighten that arm, push it back behind me. So lift and then lift behind a little way. Breathing out as you lift. Good, nice and slowly. Couple more. Good, let's switch to the other side. I'm going to curl that hand up, straighten my arm, push back behind me. Let me turn around so you can actually see the arm that's working. Good, keep that chest nice and tall. Make sure you keep breathing. One more. Good, and relax that arm. Let's grab the second weight. Turn those, we'll keep those hands at your sides. We're going to pick up into a bicep curl. We want to think about that rotation of your arm. So start with your hand facing your side, and we rotate through the arm to bring that hand up towards your shoulder. Good. Excellent. Breathing out as we lift up. Breathing in as we lower down. Good, a couple more. Once more each side. Great, pop the weights down for a moment. Give those arms a bit of a shake and have a quick drink, and then we'll repeat that. Good, let's repeat. We're going to start with those front raises. So palms facing you, hands in front. We're going to lift up one hand and then the other. I'm really concentrating on my breathing because these are heavy. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Good. Once more each side. Good. We'll pop one weight down. And let's do that tricep movement. So I'm stepping one foot forward. My hand is in the my weight, sorry, is in the opposite hand. I'm going to curl that hand up and then straighten that arm and lift it behind. Inhale and exhale. Nice deep breaths. Let's switch sides. Bend that front knee. Weight in that back heel. Curl that hand up and pull back behind you. Good. As you lift that arm behind, that arm is fairly straight. Last one. Good. And stand. Let's pick up that second weight and we'll do some bicep curls. Hands at your sides. We're going to curl up one hand and then the other. Make sure we're lowering nice and slowly. Good. Standing up nice and tall. Good, once more each side. And now let's do a couple where we do both hands at the same time. We'll do two. That's one. And two. Good, pop those weights down. All right, great work. Give those arms a shake, have a drink if you want to. We're going to work on those core exercises. We're going to do a plank and also a clamshell movement, which involves lying on your side. I will show you the standing and the seated option first. So a standing option for that plank, you're going to have be in front of a wall, hands out in front of you. You're going to step back so your feet are further away than your head. Engage your core muscles, so pull that belly button in towards your spine a little bit here. Take some nice deep breaths. That's your standing plank. If you don't want to be on the ground for that second one, that's the side lying movement. You're going to sit. We're going to stretch one leg out. You're going to bring that leg out to the side and back in. Out and in. Let me show you with the other leg so you can see it a little better on camera. Out and in. Your heel can be touching the floor or it can be up off the ground a little bit. Out and in. And you'll know when to switch sides because we will change the side that we're lying on. If you're happy on the floor, you're going to come down with me now. That plank is going to be on knees on the floor. So if being on knees is not great for you, you might want to choose that standing option. So I'm going to step 1 foot forward, bend my front knee, lift that back heel, and then drop that back knee towards the floor. I hinge forwards on all fours. And then I want to get into that plank position. Let me just turn my mat so I'm not facing away from you. Good. I'm going to walk my feet out. And so hip to knee is at a bit of an angle here. And I'm going to hold with my hands directly underneath my shoulders. If you're standing, go ahead and find that standing plank position here. If you're on the floor, your feet can also be touching the floor, or you can lift those feet up. I like to have my toes touching sometimes. And we're just going to hold here and take nice deep breaths. We're going to hold for 30 seconds, starting now. So whether you're standing or on the ground, you're going to pull that belly button towards your spine. You're going to take nice deep breaths. If you are on the floor, hopefully you have something underneath your knees for cushioning. Remember, standing up is a good option if knees don't like to take weight here. Nice deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll just take a moment here and then we'll repeat this same one before we do the other exercise, which is either seated or lying on our side, just to avoid us getting up and down and up and down. When you're ready, we'll come back into that plank position at the wall or on the ground on knees. And let's hold again for 30 seconds here. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. And that goes if you're standing too, straight line from shoulders to hands. Taking nice deep breaths. Pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, if you are on the ground, I'm just going to turn myself around because I want my head that way. You are going to lie on your side. So get yourself comfortable, support your head here. We want to think about knees and feet being stacked on top of each other. And a straight line from your hip to your shoulder. So kind of have a look here and get yourself in alignment. If you're sitting, you can sit up nice and tall with some space between your back and the back of the chair. If you're seated, you're going to stretch one leg out now and you're going to open and close that with that leg. Pull that heel out to the side and then back in, nice and slowly. Go as far as that feels comfortable. On the floor here, let's keep our feet together and you're going to lift that top knee and slowly bring it back down. So lift and lower. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you think about squeezing that knee back down. And same if you're seated, you can inhale as you bring that foot out to the side as you open up, and exhale as you bring that foot in or close. Good, nice deep breaths. And let's do one more. Excellent. And we're going to switch to the other side. Good. You could also roll yourself over and you would just be facing away from the camera, but that's okay. So get yourself in alignment here. If you're seated, it's an easier change to the other leg. Feet together, we're going to lift that top knee and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Last one. Good. We're going to switch and do one more on each side here. So I'll sit up, walk my feet over and down. Good. Straight line from hip to shoulder. Feet together. Lift that top knee and squeeze to close. The last one. Good. And we'll switch sides again. Take that moment to find yourself, get your alignment here. Hip to, or shoulder to hip. Lift that top knee and close. Good. Last couple. Last one here. Good. And let's come up to feet. So I want to roll ourselves onto hands and knees. Take one foot up. Come up to that half kneeling position. Push yourself up to feet nice and slowly. Great. Time for balance here. Quick drink and then time for balance. Good, so we're going to stand with our feet one in front of the other. We are heel to toe. Standing up nice and tall. The weight even between both feet. Feet are nice and relaxed. Let's take one arm to the ceiling. And the other arm, just if you can. Arms to the sides. And let's aeroplane those arms. Good, relax those arms. Let's switch those feet around. Feet nice and relaxed. The weight even between both. Great, let's take again one hand to the ceiling. And the other, arms to the sides. Let's bring those hands forwards. Bring those palms up and down, up and down, and again, palms up and down, and then relax. Lost my balance. Good, we're going to stand on one leg, so standing on our right leg to begin with. Knee nice and soft, foot relaxed. Let's take that left foot up off the floor, holding on to balance support where you need to. Great. I'm going to turn and look to the left. And let's turn and look to the right. Good, back to center. Let's find something to look at that isn't moving and focus our eyes here. Great, let's switch to the other side. So standing on that left foot, nice and relaxed, knees soft, raise the right, and let's look forwards. Good, let's turn to look to the right. And to the left. And back to center. Good, feet to the ground. We're going to stand with our feet one in front of the other, a space between our feet. We're going to work on shifting that weight forwards and backwards. Good, standing up nice and tall. Shoulders are relaxed. Feet are still on the ground and we're shifting forwards and backwards. Whoops. Good, we're going to lift our feet, stepping one foot, then the other. Good, as you step onto the front foot, let's lift the back, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the back foot, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's shift our feet around. And same thing here, shift that way forwards and backwards. Onto the front foot, and then the back. Good, nice and slowly. Let's lift our feet, stepping from one foot to the other, looking forwards. Good, onto that front foot, raise the back foot, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the back foot, raise the front, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet to the floor. We're going to stand just with our feet hip width apart. Let's bring our arms up to the ceiling, stand on the right foot and lift the left. The higher up you lift this foot, the more difficult that will be. So keep that in mind. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the left foot, raise the right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax those feet. Excellent. We'll do one more where we do a little bit of that tightrope. We're going to heel and toe, forwards and backwards, nice and slowly. Chest nice and tall, looking up and ahead. Excellent. Let's make our way slowly back to center, back to your start position. And let's do some stretches. We're going to bring an arm across our body. Feel that nice stretch through your shoulder and your upper arm. Let's switch to the other side. Good. We're going to link our fingers and we're going to push both hands away from our chest. We're pushing your shoulders forwards, really reaching forwards, feeling that nice big stretch across your back. And let's relax those arms. We're going to have a seat. We're going to stretch one leg out, heel on the floor, toe to the ceiling, and let's hinge forward to feel that nice stretch in the back of our leg. And let's switch to the other side. Heel to the floor, toe to the ceiling. Great, let's bring those feet together. I'm going to take my right hand to my left knee, look back over my left shoulder. And let's switch to the other side. Left hand to right knee, back over that right shoulder. Good, back to center again. Let's come up to feet. We're going to reach our arms behind us, reach for the back of the room. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, wrap those arms around you. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze and pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming along today. This was a great time. Hope it was a good start to your week. You can get outside maybe today if the weather's good where you are. See you on Wednesday.
Thanks, Hannah.
You're so welcome. See you soon.